What's up, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar with
the Astonishing Melanie,
and together
we are Omni.
Up early on a Saturday. How is everybody doing? Well, not really early.
Welcome to Near Me Condition, a channel where you can be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. And Kane, have fun.
Where's she going?
You're still here hiking. I want to go hiking. And Carson, I'm sorry that you missed the AMA yesterday.
Oh,
and
man.
Justin, I like your Darkwing Duck motto.
And I like your Samus.
Dangerous.
Your Samus.
Good morning. Where's everybody from? And yeah,
originally where you were born?
Yeah, where you were born. Yes, put that in the chat. And
I was never given a birth.
I want to just highlight Elon's hopes and wishes for Bugmaster B's thighs.
Were you wrestling yesterday, Ben? What were you doing, dude? Hey, Zasmer, how's it going, brother? Yes, Melanie and Hey, Max, you doing okay, buddy? Morning, guys. Hope you're having a lovely Saturday. Not bad so far.
Did you see the Superman Day dust jacket for All-Star Superman Deluxe Edition? Worth it, or what do you all think?
Dang it, no, that they changed something? I haven't. I know Dom's reviewing the, what is called the Superman Unchained Superman Day edition.
Superman Unchained Melody?
No.
Unchained. Okay.
Hey, Paulie,
how are you right now? What do you think of DMC anime?
I haven't seen it yet. I need to. And I'm okay with the Limp Bizkit intro. Not my favorite band, but whatever. I'm there. Carson was born in...
Say it. Dusseldorf. Nope. Dusseldorf? Is that how you say it, Carson?
Deutschland, not Germany. I got that one. Good morning, afternoon. Got to figure out when to take a nap today. So I can stay up for...
We did start
WrestleMania.
We did start a minute early. I was like, let's just go ahead and start. Like, okay.
Let's just go ahead and do it.
Because we were
Omar, Marvel Swimsuit is back in July.
Yes.
You heard. I heard.
Multiple people said last night
through the
AMA.
Yeah. I saw a tweet. Yeah, I'm really Glasgow. Not Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Heading out now.
Good. Oh, have fun. Enjoy nature and all the flowers.
Be careful.
Look, I should go hike. I got flowers. And I got a flower here.
Yeah, that's...
I genuinely like
prerequisites when we go for hiking.
Well, when we go
flowers.
Hiking or walking outside, I genuinely like the vivid colors of flowers. I think that's why I like it in my hair, because when the wind blows, I can see that vivid color in my eyesight.
You're a Mama's and the Papa song, aren't you?
And it reminds me of flowers. Afternoon from the UK, I just bought Marvel Masterworks, The Black Panther Volume 3 by Peter B. Gillis.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. Absolutely.
Oh, you saw Sinners? I thought it's got high ratings.
I want to go see it.
And we were just talking about it 10 minutes ago. And we both like Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. It looks good. Don't say anything. Grace channel on YouTube, but my wallet doesn't think so. I'm so sorry, Zay West. I'm so sorry. Morning. Lakers in 5. And Omar's on right now. Go see Sinners. Dude, I know. I want to. I love your avatar, by the way. Hey, Mike, how's it going, buddy? Is Peter David's Supergirl collected in any larger format, like a compendium, or is it just trade paperbacks? Have a happy Easter. Thank you. You as well, buddy. Unfortunately, no, there is no oversized hardcover format of it. The only things, and honestly, it's not even fully collected because there were 3 trade paperbacks, and they stopped it kind of like the Aquaman trade paperback. So this is why we're hoping for an Omni. There is going to be a DC Finest, I believe, of his run, but again, that's just 1 volume. And there was an old trade paperback of Many Happy Returns, which is the finale. And if you like that, dude, read Fallen Angel at IDW. You can still find old trade paperbacks in print.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, good job. How'd you say it?
Well, no, I'll jinx it. I won't say it as good as I did say it. Silhouetted Animator, thank you for the super chat.
I don't know if you saw the white Slender Man looking guy briefly in the Superman featurette yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that's his villain, Riot, who looks exactly the same and has biofishing powers. No, we only saw, or at least I didn't see any clips. I just saw some of the pictures. So I saw Hawk Girl and I saw Metamorpho and the robots. So I'm excited for it. It looks good.
Mike's saying I thought there was a fourth.
Maybe there were 4 of them. Regardless, it didn't finish, man. We still needed like 3 more, actually 4 more to finish because there was that crossover. The guy seen briefly with Lex in a dark room. Oh, well, I'll have to watch it again or re-look at it.
Chat. And I'm sorry, Nice Sweet Channel. The TMNT compendium's upstairs.
I brought it.
Do you remember what the paper's like?
It's glossy, which surprised me. I was hoping they would do like a matte paper. I actually recorded my overview of it. It should be coming out maybe tomorrow. I can't remember. I've got it scheduled to come out sometime.
Before we get to how the poll's going, Silhouette Animator saying it's not Metamorpho, by the way. It's a different looking dude.
Oh, in the picture chat. All right, the poll. The poll's going great. We've got almost 4,400 votes in so far, and it closes on Tuesday, April 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully, I'll get to announce the top 20 by Friday. I hope that video goes out by Friday.
Oh, you have to actually study today, so you watch it later.
All right. Well, yeah, man. I'm glad you were there. Just go study. Go study.
Riot. 6
months? Is it? No. Oh, you only got to wait till June.
Is Elon going to say
July
where Elon is from?
He's from overseas, isn't he?
This is where I'm from. He say he lives inside Moby Dick.
Where's that?
Yesterday was heartbreaking. We found out Melanie hates. I do not. Oh, and you know what? It is appropriate that I say cute. I was thinking about it this morning because Junkyard Joe is a comic strip that's cute. So there, I don't hate it. Oh my gosh. So we're going to talk about it next week. Sunday. Usually book clubs are the third Sunday of the month at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. However, with it being Easter, I moved it back to the fourth Sunday. And yeah, please come and join us. And oh my gosh. James, you throw me on the bus. I did like it. I just don't think I'll ever want to read it again.
Oh, you need to stop.
That's it.
That doesn't help.
How does it not help? Oh my God.
I never want to read it again. Hey, Unstoppable Bar. I always forgot that you changed your avatar to the superior publication. Magic. Which is not Harley Quinn, like the Marvel equivalent of Harley Quinn.
Are we still getting Astro City Opus? I almost been on a sale on the Metro books.
We're supposed to be. Yeah, last I heard. Absolutely.
Have fun.
John, it's so good to see you, buddy.
Mr. Beast fans, British lady. I'm Pepe from Indonesia. Do you like my country? Oh, hi, British lady. Oh, wait.
It's
me?
British lady. Yeah, that's her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a British lady.
I don't know anything, so I have no opinion.
I don't know anything, so I have no opinion.
I don't know
it's exactly the
it.
blurb that Junkyard Joe needs on the back of the book.
Indonesia, Africa, Mexico, Sicily.
Okay,
Tijuana.
you just confused this poor guy.
I'm sorry.
I've never been to Indonesia, but it looks lovely.
It's a long word with lots of eyes. Okay, and L's. You're at Wicked Comic Con. Have fun.
What's Wicked Comic Con? Who's there?
Caden saying, "Happy early
Caden,
Easter."
I haven't shipped out your package yet. Before you ask, but I will.
What volume of TMNT was that in the thumbnail? And we'll be doing an overview of it.
Yes, and that was volume 17. We need one more to wrap up the series before we get to the Jason Aaron era of Ninja Turtles.
No, stop putting words in my mouth.
Junkyard Joe, she wants to forget all about it, just like America wants to forget about the veterans. Unbelievable! Wow,
I'm all about a story about robots finding their humanity. I think it would hit me harder if it was longer. There. Who would you cast as each other in a film? Thank you for the super chat.
Oh gosh, who is that really pretty lady that's in Notebook? That girl, that lady. She was in Mean Girls. She was the mean girl in Mean Girls. She was also in the Notebook. I can't remember her name.
I'm not a mean girl.
You look like her, is what I'm trying to say. Yes, and she's a great actress. I don't remember her name.
Well, somebody in the comments will remember.
I'm sure.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Rachel McAdams. That's it. Yes, Rachel
Antonio Banderas.
Whoa. I'll take that as a compliment. Wow, that guy, not the guy that what's his name? The guy that tells the stories really fast in Ant-Man.
Oh my god. He made me laugh and you made me laugh, so I Jewish track.
Jewish track. It's not that guy, huh?
Okay. Omar has Sunspot.
Oh, Cannonball.
No, oh my gosh. Why do you like Cannonball?
We'll race swap Cannonball in Sunspot.
Floyd Animator, thank you for the super chat. Managed to get the Amalgam Comics Omni from my local comic store for the listing price. Score!
Awesome.
Yay!
It's already out of print. It's crazy. So yeah. Michael Pena, that's his name. Yeah, thank you. That's his name.
Which do you want to be? Him or Antonio Banderas?
I'd rather be Antonio Banderas. He's taller.
Hey, Alex.
How are you, buddy?
Our Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 3 Year Spider-Man by Melanie and McFarlane doing well on the poll?
I have no idea. Amazing Spider-Man 1. No, that's JMS. Amazing Spider-Man 1, 2. 2 is doing better than 1. Yeah, 2 is doing well. 2 is doing really good. And what was the other one? Michelini?
Yeah, you passed it. You looked at it and then you went over to Amazing. It's hard to tell because
there's no no, that Michelini one isn't. I mean, it's not doing bad. It's doing better than Alias or Deadpool. That's for sure. All right, Omar is from Generation X. Good morning, Omar and Melanie. Haven't had time to watch your streams for a long time. Do dental school, and that is very important. Where are you practicing?
Or
how is Power Pack doing? That is, I'm curious about that one. That's a good question. How is Power Pack doing? Because Power Pack was one of those that people made fun of. Like, I can't believe they made this into an Omni, and now some people want it back to print. So give me 1 second, and it's so much easier to look now as people aren't voting live. I mean, people are still voting, but not. Power Pack isn't doing well at all. Nobody voted it as their first choice, unfortunately. Did you vote for it as your first choice, Steven? If you did, hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button.
Glenn says the Power Pack is surprisingly good.
I like the first time.
Wes.
I really like that Louise Simonson era, June Brigman era. Hey Lance, how you doing, buddy?
Or Geomancer. Literally just
voted. Awesome. I hope you voted for Power Pack as your number 1.
Doesn't even have it.
No, they don't. They did have no, that was Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger had like complete classics. They were called the Cloak and Dagger classics. I mean, Boss was planning to go back to California after I'm done with school. All right. Hector's in everything, not just Fast and the Furious. Omni, who you got winning the main event tomorrow? John Cena in his last WrestleMania ever,
yes, him,
or American Nightmare Cody Rhodes?
I don't know the second one.
Cody Rhodes is related to Dusty, so I'm gonna go with Cody.
Who's Dusty?
He's a wrestler. Did you not watch wrestling?
No, I did it.
Surprisingly.
Let's see. Do you think we'll get a Fantastic Four Omni containing the Heroes Return run from 1998?
I hope, but yes, I'm sure we will one day, because I mean, it is the only title that didn't have a Heroes Return Omni. We've got Iron Man, we've got Avengers, we've got Captain America, we've got Thor. They all return, but Fantastic Four for some reason haven't. I mean, they're back, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I vote Cena. I think he deserves it. 90s TV pilot Power Pack for Secret Wars, please. Can you find? Is that on YouTube? Can you find that on YouTube, dude? I'd like to see that.
Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. We're going to get funky like a monkey.
And his son is the American Nightmare.
Oh,
see, you like things like that.
I get it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kaden, we're definitely going to go see Superman in July.
Oh yeah,
it looks really good.
And Fantastic Four. I'm super excited for both of them. I hope superhero movies get people back in the theaters. Like Minecraft brought people back to the theaters. I was really happy about that. I haven't seen it. I don't know if I'll ever will, but I people went to the theaters to go see it.
So they're saying that it's on YouTube. It's a failed TV pilot. 30
I don't know if Cross will ever
cross reprint in omnibus format.
Avatar is really weird about the things they print. I don't even know what the last book they printed was, honestly. But yeah, if you like The Boys and Preacher, that is a lot filthier than both.
Read this one.
Sloopy Bloopy, the Breckenridge. Do you watch that show? It's on Pluto. It's about superheroes who speak babble. No, but my kids would love it because it seems like that's all they ever speak. Babble.
Last night, over and over, it was Ed, and Eddie. Purgatory Theory. Over and over and over.
What does that even mean?
Much love from Istanbul. Favorite Wolverine Omni?
3. Volume 3. And how did you not go off on Istanbul, Constantinople?
I stopped myself because I knew you would make fun of me.
I was ready.
Unaired TV pilot had Guy Gardner in it, but the actor looks
just like Kyle Rayner. Maybe they probably didn't even know the difference, right?
Cross 22 has a page in it that is harrowed beyond words. I can't.
Yeah, it's funny, but you have to be able to like withstand humor like that. It's really graphic too.
Kind of crazy how my favorite Marvel and DC titles both have not only movies coming out this same year, but the same month.
Oh, dude, are you serious? So you're kind of like Tor, right? Okay, I gotta ask you, Ash Guy, which do you hope does better? Fantastic Four or Superman? Like, I love Marvel. I love MCU. I'm a Marvel dude. But like DC really needs this win. Like DC needs like people to love and fall in love with Superman and DC heroes all over again in the big screen. So I'm kind of hoping that one does it better. Create a functional team of 6 of your least favorite mutant characters.
Thank you, John. Last night you made the team of like the next
the next X-Men,
yeah.
Like, and you went off on like, who's Moonstar? The mutant I always misgender, soft serve. Let's see who else. Warlock's been used so much lately. Self-friend Warlock. Rusty. Nobody respects Iron Fist Rusty. He came back in X Factor and it made me mad. I might want to spoil what. No, I don't want to spoil what happens. Skids, Rusty Skids, soft serve. Let's see who else. Functional team. So they've worked together. Soft serve. I don't know anything about that character except it's in the background. They, she, he, whatever John says it is. Trying to think who else. Who else would be functional that I haven't seen for a while? It seems like Krakoa really brought back everybody. Like, and gave them a spot like Justice. Justice is the leader. I love that dude. Marvel Boy, this is the guy that's going to become a major victory and lead the Guardians of the Galaxy one day. How do we not have him in any ongoing titles? So Justice.
I just didn't want to argue.
Farrell's sister, Thorn. Thorn, that was her name? Yeah. And last but not least.
Oh, wow. Look at you digging deep for that.
Last but not least, Weapon Omega Wildside.
Mm-hmm. Rusty soft serve skin sounds like an accident in your pants.
You just made my day.
Let's see.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for the
time. As an owner of the Spectre Omni, would it be a sign of mental illness to buy the DC Finest because of the 2 All-Star Squadron issues? Puddin' Time, you came to the right place. Because I was just telling Melanie and Amanda, I told Amanda, I tell you this all the time. Whenever my friends know that I'm the guy to call when they're like, hey, I'm having second thoughts about buying something, I'm the guy that says, buy it. So they know, like my buddy Dan knows to call me when he's like, dude, I'm looking at an Transformers from G1, they're asking $200 for it. I don't know. So he knows, like subconsciously, to call me. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Is there a sign of mental illness? Absolutely there is. But look who you're talking to. I own freaking God Loves Man Kills in just about every format, including the original one. Like, no reason for that other than little mental illness.
The Real Talk logo is still up there. How do you change that?
Right. Why is it up there? There we go.
Thank you.
Now you're back to the regular program.
Bruce, thank you for the super chat. We've got your box over here, which I will open off screen beforehand. And he says, sent you a link in Patreon for the Power Pack pilot. Warning, absolutely terrible. Aw.
Is it worse than the Doctor Strange or the Wonder Woman? By the way, Amanda failed me this past weekend at C2E2. We are walking down Artist Alley, and I see this gorgeous woman walk past us, and I could not remember her name. I was like, Amanda, who's that? She was the actress in Friday Night Lights. She was Wonder Woman in the pilot, and then she was Mockingbird in S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I could not remember her name. I was like, it's like Adrian, I think. She's like, who are you talking about? Like, she didn't even see her because she was on her phone, and I was so mad. I'm like, how did you fail me? We could have said. And she was at the bar, and Joe, of all people, Joe came over after he got done talking. He was like, yeah, I was just talking to whatever her name was, and I was like, why did you tell me? I saw her at the con. She wasn't set up at the con. She was there because her brother works in comics, so she was there to support her brother and walk around the con.
Wow, I was way.
That's it. Adrian Palicki? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Spoon Shell.
Yeah. That's what I meant. I forgot my wife's name. Hey, that's it.
How's Mark Miller's Wolverine reprint doing in the poll?
Melanie, did you vote on the poll yet? Have you voted? Your vote counts.
Thanks for reminding me. I will. I can't keep anything in my head. I have to settle it.
She cannot. Wolverine Miller. Let's see here. Wolverine 1 is twice as many votes as Wolverine Miller. Wolverine Miller's doing okay, not good, but okay. Right now, really, they're so like this is really neck and neck. There's a lot of really books that are neck and neck. I will tell you. So far, the number one that's it broke our tier, as far as what the limit of how many votes we would get. Then Amanda see Tim McGraw.
Does she like Tim McGraw?
No, she got him confused for Achy Breaky Heart guy. What's his name?
What is his name? Don't tell my heart.
Not Hannah Montana's dad. Yeah. He was in.
And he hugged your brother.
He hugged my brother. That's right. I love that we have this weird story about that guy. What is his name? Achy Breaky Heart. Why do I always call him Achy Breaky Heart?
Come on now, let's see. Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Thank you.
Thank you, all you Billy Ray Cyrus fans out there. Thank you.
Really? You were getting the book signed by Al Ewing? Oh, sweet.
Dude. Or Eve Ewing. No, Mr. Ewing. Mr. Ewing, yeah.
That's sweet. That's a good excuse then, right there. That is. Waffles, pancakes, or French toast? French toast.
Pancakes.
I wanted to make some this morning, but I didn't get up early enough.
Mike already knows. Mark Miller, Omar's favorite writer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I'm here for the people. So if that's what they want, that's what they get. No Shang-Chi in the poll, but I think I'll probably bring it back next year. Somebody talked, I think it was Sassmurph that talked me into it. I remember his name because of Hannah Montana.
But we couldn't remember Hannah Montana. You said Molly
Cyrus is her name.
Oh my gosh. Anyone plan on watching the re-release of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith?
Which one's Revenge of the Sith? The third one. They're re-releasing it? Is it gonna look better?
I think I saw a post on YouTube about it.
Really?
From Cinema Sticks.
Why that one? Has it been 20 years? It came out 20 years ago, right? 2005? Wow, time. It is cruel, dude. 20 years.
Which book broke the voting tier? Yeah,
Daredevil by Charles Soule.
It's being released for a week or something.
Oh no, it's got is it 25th or 20th? 20. Okay. Whew, I was like, wait a second. My math ain't mathing right. 20 years. Wow. Omar, do you prefer Mark Miller or Bendis comics? Ooh. Where?
There we go.
It's a toss-up, really. And let me just say, I'm not one of these guys that's across the board, everything sucks. I actually like some of the things these guys have written. I really like Chrononauts. I think when Mark Miller's having fun without having to cross that edge lord, I hate using that word, but it's about the only way to describe it, edge lord type of writing, which some people dig. I actually like that stuff. What was the other one he did with the lady and the sword? She goes to another world. Oh my gosh, Greg Capullo did the artwork. It's actually a pretty fun book. And Bendis, I like Powers, and I love Miles Morales, the first Omni, the 2/3 of it. Then Bendis gonna Bendis, but that's okay. People like that. And rereading New Avengers, I can see why people love it. I can see why it's so easy to get into the those characters. So, that's a hard one. I gotta go with Bendis. I think I like more of his stuff than 90s Superman.
Super chat.
Was it long hair or a mullet? Your opinion? I mean, it's hard, right? Because he had it a little longer in the front. He had the curly cues in the front and then the back. For Superman's sake, I'm going to say long hair. But everybody calls it the super mullet. Edgelord isn't always bad. Preacher, for example, it just can't be only edgy with nothing else. Yes, there has to be a good balance, right? There has to be a fine balance. I think Preacher's a really great example because he has a lot of heart. At the end of the day, if you peel everything away from Preacher, it is a love story, right? There's all these blasphemous things happening in it, of course, but it is really about two people. It's great. Will the Spider-Girl collections be reprinted?
Thank you for the super chat.
Which collections are you asking about, Dennis? Are you talking about the complete collections? They'll be reprinted as modern era epic collections, and we'll be getting more of those. So yes.
Wait, Chrono Trigger is amazing. Did you say Chrono earlier?
Me?
Why are you going on about Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross?
Let the man cook.
Okay, I was just wondering how it came from.
Maybe he's drunk. From WrestleMania.
There's an amazing looking deluxe edition of the Revenge of the Sith novelization with new annotations by Matthew Stover coming out in October too. Ooh.
I wish I could read.
Bendis' Daredevil run is the best. Don't like Bendis' Daredevil?
It's okay. But let me tell you, doesn't matter what I think. What matters is what you think. And you know what? If you ask most people, they will say that
was a mullet.
Dang it. No.
A weak mullet. That's what most people say. Oh, wait. Final Shadow said long hair.
Mullet is long in the back and short. Right. That's the thing. He had long curly cues. Anyway, back to my point. My point is that if you like Bendis' Daredevil, that's awesome. That's all that matters. I thought it was okay.
Oh, thank you. I knew that you had to have said Chrono something.
Chrononauts, yeah. Which was not like Chrono Trigger was not written by Mark Miller.
Does nerdy stuff tend to be more accepted nowadays? Revenge of the Sith came out during my middle school years. Back then, I was made fun of and ostracized for loving Star Wars.
I know, dude, Lance. I feel you because I'm a kid that grew up in the 80s and the 90s, right? Early 90s. I was in high school. I graduated high school in 1996. Nobody had comic book shirts on except me and this other kid that wanted to be a comic book artist. And I remember we got made fun of for wearing, like, it was even like a Spider-Man shirt. It was right. And the X-Men cartoon was, at its highest ranking, like in that third season. I don't know. It seems it's more acceptable.
I was too scared to wear my Spider-Man shirt. I hung it up on the wall. Man, where is that shirt?
The button-up one?
It was no. Oh, where's that one? No, it was a T-shirt. It was McFarlane Spider-Man upside down. Oh, it was so.
So I'm with you. I think it's become more accepeptable. I drop my kids off at school. There's a lot of kids that wear shirts.
Lydia yesterday said that she wasn't like afraid to wear her geeky like Mega Man Transformer shirts, except one, the periodic table of
Transformers. She's like, that's a little too nerdy.
Yeah, and I didn't understand the reasoning behind it, but yeah.
I was like, that shirt's awesome. But I think it's become more acceptable, and that's probably due to the popularity of the movies, right? Like when you have the highest grossing movies, and I don't know if Bruce is still here to correct me, but I'm pretty sure 2 of the highest grossing movies of all time are superhero movies. It's okay for people to wear comic book shirts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's changed so much over time. And it's wonderful. If it's more acceptable, absolutely. That's why I was like, why comic book sales should be going up.
Oh, tomorrow we're getting the Switch version of Lunar, and then the PS4 is
sometime next week.
Yeah. So
they're already out of print, even though they claim they're like, we're coming back to print.
News Booty Channel's asking, how's Iron Man doing?
That's John. John's asking.
Oh, what did I say?
News Booty Channel.
Oh, sorry.
John, News Booty Channel. Same thing.
No, they're not.
Actually, I looked yesterday during the AMA, John, and because I think it was Bruce. Somebody asked. That's the only one that was doing okay. The rest of them, I will say it's doing better than Wolverine by Miller. But at the end of the day, what happens is those last few days of the voting, because anything goes. Yeah, so if you got made fun in high school or middle school or elementary school for wearing nerd stuff, man, we were just kings amongst minions. Like we just didn't know it. Apparently, the tables have now turned. Now everybody's wearing nerd stuff. Nerds did have their own sitcom.
It's currently $5,000 shy of 2.8 million. Sorry, I didn't read the first part. Transformers Compendiums Kickstarter is currently $5,000 shy of 2.8 million. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I remember talking to my contact. She's like, I hope it breaks 1 million. I'm like she didn't see me, right? When I wrote her email back, I was like, 1 million? G.I. Joe did a little over 1 million. This is Transformers we're talking about, lady. I was like, I guarantee. I emailed her. I was like, I guarantee it doubles that, and probably more than that.
It did.
Yeah, we're still there. And
Rahul, that's awesome that you met Jim's
such an awesome dude and such a great storyteller. Man, that guy was born to write Conan. He is so good. He got the blessings from Roy Thomas too. Roy Thomas, he told me the story about Roy Thomas approaching him and saying, "You're one of us now." You survive that Conan. When you start writing Conan.
Look at me. I'm looking at the time and I remember. Let's talk really quick about BD
Cosmos. Yes, they're located in Quebec, Montreal, Quebec, and they are the leaders of the collected editions in Canada. So you go to bdcosmos.com, you get 25% off your order of 99 Canadian dollars or more, free shipping everywhere in Canada with every order of 250 Canadian dollars or more. Let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and you'll be added to a monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are valid for new and returning customers, and that is
BD Cosmos.
That's it.
With rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Hey.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gabriel's starting to prefer DC Finest to their Omnis.
Uh-oh, it's starting. Don't let Curtis hear you say that. Don't let Curtis win.
We need a Chromendium. The Crow comics
are rare. They are. James W. Barr has been trying to get that reprinted in a big. I'm surprised he didn't go the Kickstarter right. Comic books, anime, veganism, all that got me beat up in school is cool now. Jonah Hill and 21 Jump Street. Awesome to hear about sub. Omar, are you excited for Predator Killer of Killers? I thought it was fake when I saw it. Yeah, it's Predator. I'll check it out.
Josh is a fan of NMC, but would love to meet Omar in person. Is there some event soon where we can meet him? Maybe a Saturday? And you can meet Josh.
Oh, yeah. There's
a Heroes Con.
It's a $5,000 Patreon tier.
$5,000.
Where you fly me to your house and anything goes. Wait, is that asking too little? I love telling the story of Mark Waid getting flown to someone's house.
Oh my God.
When they lied to him and said it was a convention. I will be at Sentinel Comics on Free Comic Book Day. My buddy Hunter opened up. This is his first year, and he invited me to go. And I was like, it's a little bit of a drive. And he was like, come on, man. And I'm like, all right, I'll go. So I will be there. Melanie is still not sure. It's such a lonely drive, long drive, Melanie. Just saying, I could use a friend. Anyway, so I will be at Sentinel Comics in Columbus, Georgia on Free Comic Book Day, which is May 3rd this year. If you happen to be there, I'll be doing this show from there at 11 a.m. So really cool.
Do you want to say a little bit more about Mark Waid?
So Mark Waid, I love this story. Mark Waid, when he was, writing comics for a while, he was emailed about this small comic show, and he agrees because they pay him ahead of time. It is Hunter's shop. Yeah, man. Hunter's such a good dude. So when he agrees to go, right, they pay him in advance. He flies out there and he realizes that the address they gave him is a home address. And what it really was like 5 dudes got together, all their money together, and bought Mark Waid a ticket to their house. I can't remember if I asked him, did you go in? Did you have a fun time? Did you sign things? I just love that story that these 5 dudes got together to fly. I mean, it's creepy, right? But in hindsight, it's funny because he gets to tell the story about getting flown out. Some DC Finest and Compendiums.
Sorry. Carson is saying some DC finds in compendia. A bit mapping
I agree with that.
Omnis. I still prefer Omnis as a format, but content wins in some cases.
That Green Lantern has me really excited, but it's also a big book. Hey, Omar,
thank you, Jaggernaut, for the super chat.
Do you think that Titan will release an Omni of the current Conan, or are they just going to release hardcovers that collect 6 issues at the time? I'll be honest with you. I think it's very much, like every other publisher, they want to make sure they milk that cash cow, baby. Because if Jim Zub's trades are selling well, if pre-orders are good for that hardcover, eventually when we get enough, we'll get an Omni. Yeah. And we know they can make them.
Have you heard anything about reprinting Judge Dredd Case Files Volume 4? I can't find it for less than $100.
Those are supposed to be evergreen, so they will be reprinted. Unfortunately, that's not the same case for the restricted case. If you're talking about the normal case files, yes, those will be reprinted. That's something they told me a long time ago. Restricted case files and Judge Anderson, unfortunately, are not supposed. Wait a minute, Judge Anderson Volume 2. Where's it at, Josh? You're supposed to mail it to me. Your Taylor has my copy from Super Laugh Hard. Calling people out on a live stream is what I do.
Does Marvel still have the rights to Taylor stuff?
That's a good question. I don't know. And there wasn't a lot, right? It was Bendis and Alex Malev. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Even with Joe Mad art, you couldn't enjoy Ultimates 3. How do you rank from mid to terrible Ultimates Thor Reborn with Joe art, Ultimates 3, and Millar's Ultimate?
Wait. Oh, that's a hard one. Those are so bad. Oh, dude, you didn't even throw one of the worst ones in there. It was Ultimate Iron Man. That was a bad one. All right. From meh to terrible. So meh, I'm gonna go with meh. It was just Ultimate Comics Avengers, and then Ultimate Thor Reborn, and then Ultimates 3. Even with Joe Mad on artwork, which is the saving grace of that story. But I don't know, maybe there are people that when we did the reprint or the Most Wanted Marvel Omnis, there are people that voted for Ultimatum and Ultimates to be in an Omni. So there are people that want it. Yeah. If you're one of those people, God bless you.
Steven, thank you. Look, it's put this
Thanks,
towards fuel. John says, I think Dark Horse has anything Halo these days. And Newsweek Chat says, I think Halo is Dark Horse. And we're going to Heroes Con. Josh is going to be there. We will be there.
Bunk's going to be there. Josh is going to be there.
And
Jess is going to, Omni Dog's going to be there. Chris Baga is going to be there. A couple of BJ Kicks is going to be there. So some of us YouTubers are going to be there. I like to do a little meetup sometime. But I mean, Heroes Con is so busy. We'll just see what ends up happening. Good morning, Omar and Mel. My copy of trade paperback of Marvels, Busick and Ross is pretty old. Want to replace it with a hardcover. Why is Marvels not an evergreen? I don't know. It deserves it. Seriously. It's such a good book. Maybe if they're bringing back some of the OHCs, maybe that's one they can bring back. And honestly, the last one was an anniversary, so it's been about 4 years. So maybe they'll reprint it.
Where's your YouTube plaque?
Right here. Right behind us.
Ooh, you can't see it.
Nah.
Okay. Do you think Marvel will go the compendium route like DC?
Yes.
I feel like those compendiums would sell really well.
They sell well in bookstores, so yes, that's important. So yeah, it'll happen. It'll either be Fantastic Four or Uncanny X-Men or Spider-Man. If I were to put money on it, what era?
Is it mandatory to read Batman Second Chances, or can I just skip it and go straight to Detective Comics?
You don't have to read it. It's just reintroducing Jason Todd. Besides, it's going to be like those stories are going to be in the DC Finest too. No, BJ's going on Saturday. He texted me.
Oh, okay. When's the DC reprint stream?
Let me see if Peter and I have discussed that. I actually, I told my AMA yesterday that I actually had a call with DC Comics on Thursday, and it was a Zoom call. So it was how we can help each other out, and I'm both excited and also like, I'm okay if it doesn't go anywhere, and if it does, that's awesome. And if it doesn't, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. But at least it's nice to actually talk to somebody. That hasn't happened since 2020, like face to face. And she was really sweet. She's watched my channel, and she knows what I do, and she told me to kind of break down exactly how ideas of how we can help each other out, and then she'll set up another call, and we'll see where it goes. So speaking of DC print, that will be the DC reprint poll will be after the Tiger Eyes poll. Tiger Eyes kickoff is Monday. Is it April 28th? So, and then DC will be in in May, the reprint and Most Wanted that have never existed. So very excited for those days.
I think Mr. Beast fan, I think he's asking specifically about your chest. Do you work out your chest? I think that's what you mean.
Yeah. What? Somebody wants to know if I do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't do squats anymore. Don't do squats. It'll mess your back up. And I have a bulging disc. And a lot of it comes from doing squats when I was younger.
Omar, I read the first Jason Aaron's Thor omnibus in one day. It was incredible.
I'm so glad you liked it, dude. I'm so glad you liked it.
No. Volume 5 of the TMNT, the IDW collection, will be reprinted soon. I can't find the paperback, but
I think they're
on the paperback, not the hardcover.
They're focusing on the soft covers right now, and they want to focus on the hardcovers of the new era, which is the Jason Aaron stuff. So,
yeah, tough decision. Should I get Daredevil Modern Epic Volume 4 or Cap Modern Epic Volume 2, which is 100 pages more?
Both have more material than the Omni. So, those are tough because both of them are Brubaker and the other one is Bendis and Bob Gale, right? I think Bendis, honestly. Fingers crossed, and yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this time. It's a lot of work and a lot of the things that are happening behind the scenes. I know a lot of my Discord members are helping out Peter, and you all have been a huge blessing. We've met a couple of times since this all started, so it's been really cool. Just read Batman Year 2 for the first time. It was kind of solid. Now that is the type of blurb you need on the back of the book. It's kind of solid. I like that.
Are you going to do a stream discussing the poll results after it's all said and done?
For the Tiger Eyes, yes. For Most Wanted reprint, I never really do. I just do I just do a video, a pre-recorded video. So yeah.
When are you announcing New Mutants Volume 4?
Jeez. I don't think that was even one that showed up that got moved. There was another one that was going to wrap up a mutant series, but it got moved to another time. I don't know when it will be.
When is the overview of the Nightwing Rebirth on me?
This week sometime. I just got it in the other day. So it should be this week sometime.
I hope you guys keep up the good work. The collections you have are amazing. Do you have any advice for getting trades or omnis for a specific character like Thor, Wonder Woman, or Hulk?
For trades? Absolutely. Get the epics and DC Finest. That's the best way, and thoroughly collect it. Some of the epics for Hulk and Thor are out of print. DC Finest just kicked off last year for Wonder Woman. So let's see. For Thor, get the Omni, man, of Jason Aaron's volumes 1 and 2. And also the Al Ewing Hulk Omni.
MP, I don't know if I believe MP. Omar, my little brother, just got into comics and asked me where to start with Batman. I gave him a copy of Year 2.
I'm really proud of you. Good job, MP. That's the way to do it.
Let's see. Carson's saying it's underrated. Batman Year 2.
It is so good.
The Long Halloween, The Mask of Phantasm, a lot better.
It's hard to argue with.
Any idea if the Death and Return of Compendium will have the fold out?
They're doing a compendium, and they're doing an absolute. God bless. How many times am I going to get that stupid story?
How about Most Wanted Epic Collection not existed yet? Poll.
I need to talk to Curtis about that because it's one of those things that I know at one time Marvel actually had a plan. They actually they didn't need help, is what I'm saying. But since then they've introduced modern era epic collections. So maybe they might need not really a plan, but maybe a little guidance as to what people really want and finish out. So that I'm still thinking about it.
No, I'm sorry, Bar. Thank you for the super
Get her where's that Wolverine gift? Get her a Wolverine gift.
What about this gift? No, it's not a gift. What about a picture of Omar with Samwise Gamgee?
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what you need, Bar. Picture of me. You ain't got enough of those on your desktop.
I'm so jealous.
Got to meet Mikey from Goonies, or I guess Samwise Gamgee. Rudy.
Samwise.
He was also Rudy. Rudy. You know, I'm sure he never gets tired of that one.
How's Howard the Duck doing?
Let's see. Ooh.
He's a crack of a top 60.
Top 60. Ooh, I don't know. How is Howard doing? Let's find out together. Fingers crossed, dude. I just saw it. Where is it? Where is it?
Right there.
It's doing okay. 23 people voted it for their first choice, which is a lot better than like some of these. Like, it's doing better than House of M. How about that?
Ooh.
Right? And House of M is an X-Men book. It's doing better than Hulk by Loeb and McGinnis, so it's doing better than Red Hulk. So maybe gives you a little bit of hope. Do you think we'll see an Omni or Absolute edition of Sandman Mystery Theater? Oh, if I had any say in it, we get an Omni. I love that stuff.
Softcover Omar. Can I read the Star Wars Omni in the thumbnail blindly? Have you not read many Star Wars comics? Love the movies and some of the shows. Have
you read War of the Bounty Hunters? You got to read War of the Bounty Hunters because it's a trilogy. It's War of the Bounty Hunters, then Crimson Reign, then Hidden Empire / Dark Droids that wraps up that era. Seriously, like read if you like the new modern Marvel stuff, I would do War of the Bounty Hunters at the very least. I had a question with the sticker. Okay, you get a pass then. You get a pass.
Yeah, that's what for some her comment popped up first on our end as opposed to her question.
I thought your question was, did Melanie get me Harley gifts?
Did you expect Annihilation Conquest to be collected in the modern era Epic line?
Yes, because they're doing Annihilation. I don't see them. I don't see them at all skipping that. All right. Curious about the Crimson Reign. Is it worth getting or should just wait for the hopefully inevitable Charles Soule Omni? It's not as good as War of the Bounty Hunters, honestly. It's just okay. So, by the way this one is mapped, it's mapped by section. So it's mapped like Crimson Reign first, Star Wars, then Bounty Hunters, then Darth Vader, and then Dr. Aphra, and it comes together with Star Wars 25. Now, when I say that, some people are like, oh man, they messed up the mapping. Not really, because it's not a crossover. It's an event. So I always think of like Dark Reign as being an event, that it wasn't really a crossover. But if you read the main like Dark Reign stuff, you kind of got an idea of how it's trickling into the rest of the series. That's the same way this is. And I'm so glad they put Bounty Hunters before Darth Vader, because I feel like Bounty Hunters reveals way too much about what's going on in the Darth Vader series. There's a couple of times that I wish they had left like Crimson Reign issue 4 and 5 towards the end. But I also get like putting a bunch of series in between. But yeah, honestly, it's not as good as War of the Bounty Hunters, and I don't think it's as good as the Dark Droids. I actually enjoy Dark Droids, but we might get a Charles Soule Star Wars Omni. I don't know when though. They haven't really hinted at it, but then again, it took them a long time to finish out the original Star Wars after Jason Aaron. I'm an Iron Man fan. I don't believe in hope. I think there are just hiccups in the universe where Iron Man gets made.
So Bar's saying I can't read it blindly. I don't care for most Star Wars comics, to be honest. Just
what piqued your interest? I mean, they do a little recap page. Do you know who Lady Kira is? If you know who that character is and her role and like her, her relationship with the Darth Maul character, I think you'll be okay. Omar, Melanie, Chad, I've reached my limit. Filled the last bookcase and not buying any more. What was the last book you bought?
Love seeing Anzuelo in your March haul. Really touching reflection on your dad. Have you checked out the interiors yet? It's such a great book.
It looks so beautiful. I'm surprised they did a standard hardcover. I'm surprised they went hardcover instead of a trade. That's really cool.
Just read Thor, Jason Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
go read volume 2 and then War of the Realms, or read War of the Realms.
I want a deluxe edition of the Silver Coin. Is that still going?
Yeah, Silver Coin I think is still going, although it doesn't release as much as it used to. I like that. And I like horror anthology, though.
Oh, didn't you already answer this one?
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I did.
You think you're going to do a Dark Droids Omni since that was the last event of that era?
Yeah, maybe throw in the Hidden Empire there, too. Any chance... Wait, before that one, there was another one, but I'll answer this one. Any chance of a Marvel horror Omnis are doing well in the poll? The original one was doing a little bit better than the rest, but unfortunately, I don't... let's see. Marvel horror... Yeah, it's just doing okay. It's the horror, the original horror. Horror Lives Again isn't doing well. Although 4 people voted for it as their first choice. And any chance of an Image reprint poll? I've been thinking about it, but I'll need to talk to my contact at Image again to see if it's something they'll be interested in. Because if they're interested in it, then I'll be happy to put it on. Because putting in it takes a lot of work and a lot of work behind the scenes to put it all together. And I'm going to quote Peter. Like last year when we were working on this, we stayed up together like at 3:00 in the morning. Peter went to the library this year because his internet went down. And I remember he said, and it was like you all know I love doing this. I've been doing this for 10 years now. I've been on YouTube. But for the first time, I actually felt what Peter said. And he was like, at 3:00 in the morning when we're both like just working it by candlelight, like
working it by candlelight.
How are we not getting paid to do this? It was the first time I've ever felt that. Because we're mapping the books, we're putting the books out there. We've got over 600 books. And we weren't alone, but it's true. Like, how are companies not paying us to do this for them? We're doing the work for them. And it was the first time and only time that I really felt like, yeah, how is that happening? Like, how are we doing this? Like, we are just not sleeping. So with the Image thing, yes, as long as they're, they get back to me and they're like, yeah, show us what you got and we'll see what we can do. Absolutely, I will do that. Because, I hate to put in a lot of work and then the email just completely gets ignored. With DC, at least I knew I had a contact there that I could send it to and they'd send it to the right people.
Bar's knowledge is Star Wars movies and
Andor, Skeleton Crew, and Dr. Aphra.
Aphra.
Oh, you're going to be fine. If you know Dr. Aphra, she plays a big role in this too.
I would like to get more information about Normal Man Omnibus from Image Comics. Is it worth getting?
That's the Don Simpson one, right? I've only read like 1 or 2 issues of that. So I haven't even picked up the Omni. I need to get that. Because once it goes out of print, I don't see that coming back to print.
Hello, hope all is well. If you had recommended one X-Men Omni that's not out of print, what would it be?
That's not out of print. New X-Men, maybe? It's not out of print. Uncanny 3. Uncanny 3. What am I talking about? Uncanny X-Men 3. That one's still in print.
Thank you for the super chat. Zesties Retro and Games. Should I get all 21 DC finalists right now on sale? Worried.
Wow. Are you worried about spending that much money? Because it's a lot of money. Are you a fan of Silver Age and Golden Age? If you are, based on your name, Retro, then yeah. If you aren't, then just get the stuff from the Bronze Age or the Modern Age. Yeah, no need to get everything. Unless you have a YouTube channel where people are asking for reading orders and stuff like that. Oh, have you never read it? I love Chew.
You're rereading it right now.
I'm rereading it right now so I can do a video because my buddy Shonda Sook is the one that was asking me to do it. I love that dude. So I was like, yeah.
Brian and somebody earlier was pointing this out as well. From my understanding how Image works, not sure if a poll will help actual reprints. Individual creators need to be on board. Did you already mention that?
I did. But when I talked to them, they said, yeah, that is true. But if it sells well enough and we see demand for it, then we can take a look at it together. So I thought, okay. But I haven't talked to them since then. And I'd like to have another conversation with them. This is the year of Agents of Atlas. Man of good taste. Incredible Hercules makes the most wanted. I can feel it. This is Tiger Eyes, the guy that's going to help us kick it off and the guy that's been putting it together for 13 years now. Tiger Eyes. Image poll number 1. East of West.
And then
who gives a
let's see. So where was it? I didn't start. Okay, I can't find. Let's see some more questions about the reprint poll.
About the reprint poll?
How is Thunderbolts Volume 1 doing in the poll?
I don't think it's doing well. I'll be honest. The last I looked. I don't like giving people false hope. I don't believe in that, so I'll just be honest with you. Thunderbolts, yeah. It's like 5 people voted for the first choice, 9, 10. But yeah, it's not doing well. It's doing better than Timely's Greatest. So.
And X-Men Volume 3?
It would be, I think it's, do we have it separated by X-Men or do we have it, it's maybe Uncanny X-Men. Yeah, it's Uncanny X-Men, I think.
Okay. That's Ultimate.
Oh, that's Ultimate. There it is, Uncanny 3. Where the heck is it? Oh, gosh. Uncanny 1 is doing really well. Uncanny 3 is okay. Yeah, it's not doing that great. Didn't that come out? No, that one didn't come out with the new spine.
Man, I'm cold. I'm cold.
Yeah, Uncanny 3 was on the reprint poll. It's under Uncanny X-Men.
So I'm trying to like get to other questions and then picking some random reprint questions. So
we need a reprint of Uncanny 4 just for the spine alone.
Conversation going.
If you're a spine, connoisseur and like that.
How's Guardians of the Galaxy by Abnett and Lanning doing?
I don't know. You said you weren't going to look at the. Now we got to look at the reprint poll. You just said we'll take a break from looking at the reprint poll.
When I skimmed it while talking, I thought the question was
like, people, it's Bloss.
Do you?
Oh my gosh!
How is it a good read? Do you recommend it?
Is that what you meant?
Yeah, no, that's what I thought when I.
So good! It is the Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that book. It's how it's doing. It's doing not so well, but better than all the other Guardians of the Galaxies that are out of print, though.
Okay. What's both of your favorite DC Deluxe hardcovers?
Well, right now, because there's not an Omni of it or an Absolute, I really think it is. I think it's Batman. Yeah. Batman Year 2. Or, okay, Batman Year 2, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, or, oh, you know what? No, forget it. The Demon Trilogy. That thing is awesome. I hope DC reprints it in the exact same format, the magazine's trim size. Because I saw that it's $25 and I was like, that price can't be right, or something is, or they might print it as a standard size. But yeah, Demon Trilogy. What about you, baby? Mr. Miracle? In all formats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, do you know if there are any plans for the Jason Aaron Avengers Omnis? I'm also waiting for DC to announce Batman by Chip Zdarsky Omnibus.
No plans yet, but I'm sure that's going to come. They did the Avengers Forever Omni, which is the tail end of his run. So I am assuming it's only, it's only time that they've been really good at printing Omnis of recent runs.
Uncanny 3 has a new spine.
Oh, it does?
Uncanny 4 is.
Did I give it? I must have given that one away.
Yes, I like my books to have spines. What of it?
So
excited for Phalanx Covenant. Feels like I've been waiting 80 years.
I added that, didn't I? I added Phalanx Covenant and Legion Quest together. Hopefully they'll make something out of it.
Oh, Tiger Eyes is suggesting Batman Arkham Asylum by Dan Slott for older new reader. Oh, I want to read that.
I haven't read it. Is it? You said it came out a few years back, didn't you?
That sounds like I would. Yeah, I would like it.
That's a good one, dude. Tower Babel is excellent.
It is. What, Josh and Newspeak Child, why y'all talking to each other in like
binary code?
Yeah.
Knowing darn well that maybe Newspeak Channel is the only one that actually understands any of that. Hey Matt, how are you doing, dude?
Apparently they're talking dirty.
Okay.
Let's see.
Weird.
Do you think being's the Silver Surfer Omnibus with issues 1 through 18, which would be the contents of the epic, could we finally get Silver Surfer Epic Collection Volume 2 soon?
I don't know about soon, but that is the exact content that will be in Volume 2. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever read Pride and Prejudice. I haven't seen any movies or anything.
I
really don't know anything about it.
Who's Amidala's Keira Knightley? That one? I'll watch Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. Not Pride and Prejudice, though. Not my cup of tea.
Oh, read the Usagi Jumbo Story Circles the other day. Just wow, Stan Sakai is a blessing.
We are truly blessed that he still is coming out with books. Like, yeah.
Let's see. Let's do a
the cruelest thing you do every year, Omar. My kids would beg to differ, but go on. Is restricting us to 5 choices. I get it, but I need to pick at least 20. Oh man, that's just too much, though. Like 20 would just destroy all of the. I think we thought about 10. Now you do get 10 for the Tiger Eyes poll because that's his tradition. That's what he started. But once you start doing like 20, that's so many. And I get it, right? I get it. There's a lot of vinyls I want back in print. I wish there was a place I could go and vote for vinyls.
Okay, before we do Walt's Comic Shop, Infinity Gauntlet, how's it doing in the poll?
Out of the 3 Infinity trilogy, or the Infinity trilogy, I think that one's doing the best. But I don't know what it means. Let's see. It's doing okay. Yeah, Infinity Crusade and Infinity War, not so much, but at least that one's doing okay. All right. So if you're interested in purchasing big books when they come back to print, or the ones that are in print, check out Walt's Comic Shop. They're based out of Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books within the EU. Flat shipping rates for €12 for all EU countries. Bulletproof packaging. Emails answered within 24 hours. And tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way at the checkout. All one word, Near Mint Condition. You get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of over €40 or more. And that is
Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting, ting, ting.
Ting. Yes. Hey, what's up, man? How are you? And Gabriel is late, but hello. Hello, Gabriel. How are you doing? I'll look up G. Willow Wilson if you remind me in a little bit, brother. Melanie wanted to get to some questions here. Yes.
It was about Dan Slott's.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you. But
Ooh, I like Ryan
Slott is all about lesser known villains. It's going to be
20 years old.
Ryan Sugar.
Ryan Sugar is amazing, by the way.
What? Why is this thing? Okay, here we go.
Okay.
We got a couple of super chats.
Okay. I'm well, thank you. The show makes things better after a difficult week. I hope.
Thank you for the super chat.
I hope you're doing better, dude. Is that Zorro from the new Sean Gordon Murphy? Zorro. By the way, I got to hang out with Sean Gordon Murphy for a while at C2E2. He's such a nice guy. He gave me some prints for free because he was like, "Dude, you promoted my stuff on your channel. Here, take this stuff. We need people like you on the internet." So I had to get the Final Fantasy VII one. And then, of course, my daughter was very jealous of this one over here. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Here we go. The Transformers.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But what's really cool, when I got to talk to the guys from Minor Threats, Pat and Oswald and those guys, I was waiting in line, and I was talking to my buddy Kyle Starks. I love talking to Kyle. As I'm talking to Kyle, he's sitting next to Gene Ha, and I went on Gene Ha. I'm like, "Oh, dude, I love your work ever since the 90s." And Kyle's like, "You've been drawing that long? You're an old man." Anyway, I didn't realize this, but Gene Ha started sketching me. And then right before I left Kyle, he gave me this, and I was like, "What?" And Kyle's like, "Look, man, he has his own paper. Like, see the signature?" Yeah, that's the exact. I wish I had worn my Near Mint Condition shirt that day, but he had my Superman shirt on. But yeah, that was really cool and completely unexpected. I'm gonna get this super chat here, baby. Yeah. Happy weekend to all here. Enjoy the holiday if that's your thing. If it's not, enjoy what makes you happy. Thank you to Omar and Melanie for hosting a fantastic community. Thank you so much, Pastafarian. And my wife reminded me I got to get you a gift. So you're going to get some Storm love. There you go. Thank you so much, man. You enjoy your weekend as well. And is Joshua awake, Melanie? He super chatted. Is he awake? Let's wake him up. How do we wake him up? How about some Deadpool? Deadpool wakes everybody up.
This is what Bruce said, don't show.
Oh my God. That cover's amazing. We should have opened that at the AMA, but we didn't have it then. Wow. God bless you, Bruce. Thank you for that book. Hey, Omar, quick question. Is the Nightwing Rebirth really 1,495 pages, or did it just for the page count? That is huge. And I don't know. It's upstairs. Okay, so Bruce is an amazing dude that sent me some Westerns in 4K. Once Upon a Time in the West, which has an amazing soundtrack. The score alone. If you haven't seen this movie, just listen to the score while you're drawing, while you're writing. Oh, so wonderful and inspiring. The Batman animated series on Blu-ray. Thank you, Bruce. And for a few more dollars, so that means a fistful of dollars. This is the Man with No Name trilogy, which of course ends with.
I remember Super Cop.
And Super Cop's awesome. It has Michelle Yeoh in it, and of course Jackie Chan.
Oh my gosh!
And then the Police Story 1 and 2. Dude, I love those movies. And yes, it ends with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Man, that's what's up. And then Den of Thieves. We were just talking about how I hadn't seen Den of Thieves, and Melanie spoiled it for me because we watched the video last night on the twist ending. But thank you so much for that, Bruce.
That's so
and the
sweet.
big book.
Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, I want to watch Super.
Happy Easter, Melanie and Omar. Omar, convince me not to buy the New Avengers Omnibus. You know darn well you come to my channel so I can tell you it's okay to spend money on yourself. You go buy New Avengers if that's what makes you happy. If you love Bendis, you like his New Avengers, and you like David Finch, Steve McNiven, and who else is on art on that book? Jim Chung. Go and buy it. There you go.
Your pal's a bank manager in Den of Thieves? That's awesome.
Like the actor or the guy that gave them a loan to make the movie?
And Bar, he's not going to start. He's got
I got quite a movie collection. I'm a big fan of physical media, man. I have been for real.
Finally sent you something.
Oh, dude, there's something over there I can't show, but you would like
James is asking you to post it on Patreon.
The book?
Yeah.
I'll do a review.
Oh, okay. I was thinking just like take a picture of it.
I had no idea it was a sequel to something. He's like, a sequel to something you sent me. I thought it was a Melissa McCarthy standee, which wouldn't surprise me.
He was also a computer guy in Venom. Oh. Thank you all for all you do for us comic fans, buddy. Why am I having a hard time reading that? You give us a seat at the table and voice for what we want most. Appreciate it, brother.
And I appreciate you right back, man.
What's your favorite Criterion movie?
Mallrats?
In your collection.
I've got all these artsy movies, but it's gotta be Mallrats. I love that movie.
Agreeing about Once Upon a Time in the West soundtrack.
Oh, dude, that soundtrack, right? So beautiful. Morricone. Love his music. His scores are so wonderful.
Did you see Kino
Lorber has an Easter sale right now. Looks like I'm finally getting to buy Miracle Mile on Blu-ray. Nope. I've remained. Bruce linked me to some things I had to get, but I'm trying to save my money for the Switch 2, which they just announced is not going up in price, but everything else is, including the controllers. And I was like, actually, whoa.
Walter was asking earlier about you going to spend all that money on the
Criterion. The Criterion had a sale.
No, on the Switch stuff.
Probably, yeah. That's where my money's gonna go.
The reprint poll results out.
I'm trying to get them out by Friday if Jim can put it together by then.
Okay, so
this
going back
Friday,
to the poll questions, you can look for this one.
How's the Astonishing X-Men doing in the reprint poll? That isn't if that's it's doing well. That one I know. That one is doing well. Dude.
Remy, Remy just called you based. I don't know if I should be
really. Mallrats. I don't know if I should be disappointed. You're actually based on what the fuck? I'm not allowed to like normal things that everybody else likes. Is that what you're saying? You freaking hipster.
Okay. Spitz and North Star ended volume 17.
Yes. But we need the follow-ups. Fist of the Blue Sky and what's the other one? Fist of those were only printed in English by Comics One before they folded, and they weren't, and some of them are in color too. I would love for Viz to continue that. I am waiting for my books, my bookshelves to get finished over here and over here, and then I will be doing finally my manga tour. I did the collected editions tour in March. Yeah.
What about Miss Marvel? On the reprint poll.
Miss Marvel? Let's see. We're almost at 4,400 votes, man. It's doing okay. That one always does okay. It never makes it in the top 20, but it does okay. Hopefully it will.
Is it 4,400 votes or is it 4,400 people?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Now, and this is after Jim wiped away like over 120 different, because people always try to cheat at the system a little bit.
Daredevil by Wade, Volume 2 reprint. Did I get screwed when IST couldn't fill my order?
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. How long did you wait? That always sucks. That happened to me once too. Daredevil by Wade. Oh gosh, Daredevil's getting some love, man.
Why did it skip?
Because anytime somebody votes,
it resets it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Miller and Jansen are doing the best. Wade, too. It's not doing that great. That one just came back to print. I just gave away the copy too at the last giveaway. Otherwise, I could try to send you something. Dang it. Yeah, I don't have much. I gotta start recuperating for the next giveaway.
Hi, Mom. Thank you again for the
Thank you for the Easter gifts, Becky.
So cute. What's on the channel this week?
Tomorrow is the Absolute Sinestro Corps War and Dom's DC United app review. Monday is Crimson Reign Omni overview, 1965 Omni overview, and I'm interviewing Bad Ink Studios, who it's a publisher. But the main reason for this interview is to talk about how everything is affecting smaller publishers. It's not just the big T word, but also diamond bankruptcy and what smaller publishers are trying to do to stay afloat. So that one is at 6 p.m. if you want to join us for that.
Mom, look. I wished we had it when you were here. I'd watch this with you.
Okay. And then Tuesdays, the Marvel trades and Superman Unchained. Wednesday is my overview of, I think that's when I'm going to do the Chew Omnivore edition. Nightwing will come out Thursday. Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, by the way. I'm doing a live stream at 8 p.m. since Amanda is with family, with Omnidog, Lars, Sean, and one of the other comic pals, and Dom of X. And we're talking about our, what we're enjoying right now, reading, and what we've read recently that isn't working for us. And just kind of open it up to a Q&A. And that's at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Thursday, Nightwing. Friday, I hope the results of the poll, as well as a reminder of the last week of April. And then back to the Saturday stream. I'll throw in a couple of other things here and there, but I think that's mainly what I'm doing this week. So, yeah. Thank you all.
Amazon has it full price. Daredevil by Wade, Volume 2.
You might want to get it just in case. Well, shoot, I hate saying that, though.
Well, Stephen, thank you for the super chat.
Since you started the Evergreen streams, how many have made Marvel's officials list? Just curious how much notice they take. They do take notice. I like to send them stuff, but they with Wolverine, they ended up reprinting like most of our Evergreen list. The only thing that they did not reprint was the Phoenix Omni.
What's the best way to collect the Ghost in the Shell manga?
The hardcovers, the box set. Don't get the Omni. Don't get the all-in-one. Get the box set. It's a better, easier read, and the paper stock is a lot better.
Have you read Uncanny X-Force Sphere itself? Is it good?
Yes, I have. No, it's not. It's not. It wasn't even in the Omni because it wasn't written by Remender.
Do you remember the title of an overview of a Viking hardcover?
The Exile. It's by Living the Line. And he just had a new book called The Pit that came out this year, which is also excellent. But Exile I loved it. Eric Krieg, I believe is the gentleman's name that made it.
How's Thor doing?
He's doing okay. How are you? Which Thor, dude? There's a lot. And super chat from my buddy John. See, John, why do you ask these questions? You know I don't think anybody's the worst. Because as soon as I say the worst, rank the artist as writers. Oh, as writers. From best to worst. Who is the worst writer out of this? Okay. Wow. Look at this list. Kane. Ooh. All right, who's the best writer out of this list? I gotta go with Larry Hama. After that, Larry. Okay, God bless. This is hard. This is so hard. Okay, Larry Hama, Frank Miller, Jeff Lemire, Bob Layton, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko. Shoot. Mark Silvestri, Bob Kane, Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane might.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you like Smalling and his adjective is Spider-Man. But out of this list, it's hard. Yeah.
Thank you, John, for the super chat. And Colorblind Trip just wanted to say thank you. I just got into collecting last November and have dived headfirst for half of K-Lex field already, and you are to blame.
Are you happy though? That's what matters, right? Are you happy? That's the only thing that matters. That's good.
I'm going to give you an Amelia Perez.
Oh yeah. Why that one? Get that off my screen. What is wrong with you?
Softcover Omar. I hope I'm not being rude, but may I ask why the recent streams outside the Q&A seem to be so late? I feel like I'm unable to catch most streams these days.
I have to abide by my co-host of the New Zealand time zone. So it's usually when Peter is free, and it's usually on Mondays at 6 p.m. You want him a little bit earlier? I'm trying to think. Well, no, on the AMA, we do put a poll. Like, we try to, to be fair. So we did it at Friday at 8 p.m. So the next one we'll probably put earlier times for May.
And thank you, Bar, for the super chat.
2 and 3.
So Thor
2
and 3.
2 is doing pretty good. 3, not so much. 3 is not doing well. Mighty Thor, you mean? New Zealand isn't real.
And Bruce Wayne is not Batman.
Nice try.
Any word if Iron Man 215 got added to the Armor Wars Omni?
I'm going to send them a reminder this coming Monday about everything that I've asked about. So hopefully they'll reply back. Omar,
is the upcoming Transformers 2023 Volume 1 Deluxe? Yes. Is it a decent entry point for Transformers? Yes.
I'm sorry. Are you Omar?
I don't care. You would agree.
Wow.
I love it. And it got me more to Transformers because Omar loves it and the girls, and I love the animated movie after watching it over and over. It grew on me, and now I really like it.
Okay.
And Beast Wars and such, and yeah, I really like Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers.
I'm really proud of you. That's a good answer. Let her cook. She was cooking. She cooked. She made an all vegetarian meal out of that. I think it's excellent. It's excellent. It's a lot of fun. To me, my favorite incarnation of Transformers, will probably be the animated series. But in comic book format, I really love the IDW run. But this is a lot of fun. If you've never read Transformers, it doesn't matter. If you've never seen the show, if you vaguely even know who the characters are, you're in for a good ride, man. It's a lot of fun. Plus, Daniel Warren Johnson never disappoints with his. If you have to like that kind of stuff, right? Like the sketchiness and the roughness and the action and the over the top ridiculousness. Yeah, dude, I haven't seen Sinners. I want to go see it tonight if my lady wants to go on a date, or maybe tomorrow if my brothers want to go.
Like, why are you changing plans on me?
I'm sorry about that. Carson, the 2004 Dark Horse edition of Ghost in the Shell is uncensored. And when Carson says uncensored, it's 1.5 pages. And I get it, right? But Masamune Shirow did say I should not have added that scene in there. It kind of takes you out of the story. Now, as a teenage kid, I did not agree with that. I'm like, that scene puts me in the story. Thank you so much, Shiro. What do you know? Yeah.
Do you find it odd that David Michelinie is rarely mentioned when talking about great Spidey writers? I don't think so.
I think he's gotten his. Honestly, I think in the last 20 years, I think a lot more people have talked about him. Does he ever do conventions? I've never seen him at a con. I'd love to meet him. I'd love to interview him.
That was my last Daniel Warren Johnson read as well. Beta Ray Bill. A lot of fun, man. He's got that energy, right? That you need. Any Western cowboy comic recommendations? I've read Canary by Scott Snyder.
Blueberry, but there's not a lot of that here. Son of the Gun is an excellent one, and I'm dead serious. This all-star Western that's coming out from DC Omni, get that, dude. It's some of the best. I know it's stupid when it ties into the Court of Owls, but it does it in a unique way that it doesn't, because it takes place in the in the past. But it does it in such a unique way you don't even notice that it's a tie-in to the Court of Owls. Six Gun is excellent if you like horror in your westerns. Absolutely. I'm trying to think of the other one. The one by Alejandro. What is the name of that one? The guy with the guy with the one arm. No, that is Son of the Gun. That is Son of the Gun. And All-Star Western. There's another one, but I'm trying to think if it's in print. Shoot, it might not be in print.
Well, Bruce Wayne said,
Bouncer. Joe, thank you, brother. Bouncer. Lucky Luke is fun. Yeah. But I think Bouncer's out of print right now. I dipped out of comics at the end of the late 90s and early 2000s. Well, me too, brother.
Oh, I want to read this. I forgot it came out Wednesday.
In the last issue of Wolverine, Marvel should give him a full Wolverine story set in feudal Japan.
Because he had a cover, right? For Wolverine 400. And I
400?
Want it like the
yeah, Lee, my dude, has been around for a while.
Let's see. I started this question. Omar, Raphael's stuck on which Omni should I buy? The Question Omni or Green Arrow Archer's Quest? Which one do you think is better?
Oh, this is tough because I like both. If you're in a mood to read a crime noir with a not very good lead, like he's not good at his job, and there's a lot of social commentary in it, yeah, The Question. It's excellent. I love it. Green Arrow is a lot of fun. It's a kind of restarting the whole Green Arrow story because he's been gone from DC Comics for a long time. Like we had Connor Hawke as Green Arrow, but Ollie has been gone for a while. And it explains it all in the book. It explains why he can't remember past a certain point. It's quite excellent. Now, a lot of that probably has to do with Kevin Smith not reading comics after a certain point. But the way it's written into the story, it actually makes sense. Can you ask Gio to join your Saturday stream? He's working on his campaign. That poor guy. Yes, I love Gio. He can come on. I don't think they have a show. Oh, you know what? I'll ask Gio. I've asked him on before, but he's never come on. Gio is one of the most kindest, smartest man on YouTube, according to my wife. And finally getting his due. Like he's kind of stuck in a rut and not gaining subscribers, but he found his niche, and his niche is manga, which is wonderful. I love that guy. So he is always welcome on.
I'm glad that you got to join us, Em. And Derek
hey, what's up, dude?
Currently reading Extremity, the NMC edition. Looking forward to do a Powerbomb to eventually come out in deluxe edition.
Oh, man.
I'll let one of my students who's on the wrestling team read, do a Powerbomb.
That definitely deserves it. We'll put an NMC cover on that one. We almost did Transformers Volume 1 as an NMC exclusive cover. But what stopped me was we wanted to do a wraparound cover. And I thought, yeah, but I'm a collector, guys. If we don't do a volume 2, 3, that's going to throw me off. Like, I know how collectors think. You have to have matching spines. Obviously, we try as best as possible. If we have a wraparound spine, I don't think it would do as well because there would be the fear of, well, they're not going to do this with 2, 3, and 4 or however it come out. So I was like, maybe another book.
Oh,
so we're already
talking. A sacrifice for the good of the collecting community.
I try.
To both of you, do you have a favorite Deadpool era post Deadpool and Cable? What era? Deadpool and Comic Care, Poshen and Dugan.
I like the Dugan stuff. The Poshen and Dugan stuff is funny. And actually, Alyssa Wong.
I'm really picky.
Yeah, she is.
I'm really picky.
And actually, Alyssa Wong's Deadpool made me laugh, like out loud. And I don't, I'm not the biggest fan of Alyssa Wong's writing, but
I really like Scotty Young's.
It's
not like a run, But I laughed.
See, I didn't think it was funny.
I'm really picky.
Yeah, she is. She's really picky.
Oh, and here, Em, can I have it? Thank you.
Gio's channel is Manga Geekdom.
Oh, yeah, James, thank you.
Thank you, brother.
And Do a Powerbomb is my video coming out later today. Great book. Yay!
What's your video about?
I read it.
Great books to read before WrestleMania.
I read it one setting while I was waiting for my hair dye to set in.
Yo, if you haven't done that, Bunk, you can take my ideas. I give people gold. You can have it. Daniel Ways, Deadpool Forever. That's wonderful, Louise. I'm glad you like it. Well, there's a lot of people that did.
Is Absolute Carnage Omnibus
Editions on
the Kicks out of print?
That's why it's on the poll. Yeah, it's out of print officially.
Thoughts on Hickman's Secret Warriors? Finished it way too quick. Absolutely loved it.
I liked it a lot.
Isn't that a shame when you read something too quickly and you're like, oh, it's over.
Oh, no, it's over. But then you can go and read his Fantastic Four and Ultimates and his Avengers and House of Powers of X.
How fun! Oh, it's before WrestleMania. You're releasing it today. Is that the plan? A video is literally my favorite wrestling comic.
That's a
well, go ahead. Well, do you want to list them so people could go?
No, he's going to watch the video.
Well, or put a link in or something in the comments.
It comes out later today.
I was trying to help with exposure. How does Secret Invasion fare in the reprint poll?
Oh, let's see. Well, it ends on Tuesday, so keep that in. Keep that in mind. So let's see how it's doing. That was one that I thought was going to do well, just because that stuff is not included in the Omni. It's okay. It's borderline to okay. 14 people voted it for their first choice, but 42 people voted it for their fourth choice. That's why those votes later on count, because it's weighted voting, right? Guys, this is going to be a really close top 20, with the exception of Daredevil. Daredevil by Charles Soule is just, it broke our system. Wow, you guys are nuts, but yeah. Just started Planetary Omni. That's an excellent read. John Cassaday, man,
hey,
kills it.
42.
How's it going, brother? How are you, man? Omar, do you think that Marvel will expand the Miss Marvel? If you know what, like that's an easy one. I talked to Peter about this whenever we were doing the reprint poll. I'm like, if that book gets chosen, I'll absolutely ask about that stuff.
When is the Fantagraphics first print poll happening?
After I do the rehearsal, season 1.
oh yeah. Right before the stream, Omar was telling me, you were like, when you're gonna do season 2 or review it. And so I was like, well, let me read the synopsis. And
sounds interesting.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. So, like, what if somebody's afraid of flying? Does Nathan like construct some flying scenario that's not really flying or something? Is that what it's about? If you could have one book or remove from your memory so you could read it for the first time, what would it be? Oh my gosh, there's so many answers.
Either Berserk or Starman. Those mean the most to me. Like Berserk, not knowing what was going to happen. Absolutely. Oh my God, I did not see that coming. Starman, just because it's beautiful and perfect in every way. I don't know. That's a tough one, but it's a toss-up between those two.
So sweet. I mean, I was thinking Cable and Deadpool, but I think that's okay. Like it's.
What about Why the Last Man?
No, because no. I think it's fine as a reread.
A reread.
Cable and Deadpool, and actually, Why the Last Man, I didn't appreciate as much the second time around. Okay, I'm convoluting the question. I think Astonishing X-Men.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like, it's so much fun.
Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
Rehearsal season 2 trailer reaction.
Super Dracula 2 is doing really well, by the way, for whoever's asking. There's a couple of people. Petey was asking. Petey Ma.
No, One Piece. I've put so much effort into that, though. I don't want to put all that effort in again.
If you had goldfish memory, you would.
Let's see. Bone would be M's choice.
That's a good
you
one.
Guys should put in the comments. What are your choices? And Big Stu, hey, how are you?
I just talked about it. Just rewind a little bit, Big Stu, and I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Was Super Dracula 2 ranking mentioned?
I just mentioned it.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I said it's doing good.
Yeah,
I think that will make it again.
What about West Coast Avengers?
The first one is doing okay, and it's the only one. Even John Byrne's Avengers, which is technically the third one, isn't doing that well.
Berserk is such a good answer.
Yeah, I mean that's the answer, right? Like that journey, you don't expect that to happen. This is what Hellboy and BPRD for comics.
You want to be
Oyasumi Poon Poon for manga.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
You stopped reading Poon Poon, didn't you?
No, I finished it.
Did you like it? I loved it.
Yeah. I think I like the first part better than the second part. Yeah.
I know you and I differed when, I told Lydia she could read it when she was.
No, I didn't.
She turned 15 and she wanted to read it. And
I thought it was fun.
You thought it was fun? Yeah. I think it would mean more to a teenager going through, a lot of the things.
Yeah. Berserk is crossing over to Diablo 4 and it's.
I heard. Actually, Josh is the one that told me.
And Powerworks comic reader needs to get back into Starman, have a bookmark in it just after the Shade mini.
The first mini, yeah. The compendiums have better mapping on that because they actually have the second Shade. What's up, Eric? How are you, brother? Dracula will rise again. Ooh, you like that?
Yeah,
I can use that later.
Okay. Gotham Central or Berserk?
Berserk. Yeah, and I love Gotham Central. I mean, Berserk is gonna beat out a lot of things, guys. Like, you put Berserk up against anybody, it's most of the time Berserk. Put up Berserk against Uncanny X-Men, though. Sorry, man. So I'm gonna get the brand of the sacrifice with an X instead of the B, like a X over the B. There, I'll design it myself.
No.
Hey, first of all, it's my body, my choice.
It's not the brand of the sacrifice, is it?
You don't tell me what to do.
It looks like a Bluetooth symbol. It's not an X symbol.
Oh my God, it is a Bluetooth symbol. Never mind. Forget it. That's a stupid idea.
Like, how would it wouldn't work? Werewolf by Night in the poll?
That one's not doing well, brother. Guys, I know because that's the one I voted for. Tachin should really do a Dracula Volume 1 and 2. Any surprises in the reprint page this year?
Does that Daredevil by Charles Soule surprise you?
I knew it was going to be number 1. I didn't realize how many people needed it. It is huge.
No.
They should, Steven.
No. Well, people don't really read. Although, wait, I was surprised. One day I mentioned something about Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. No, I didn't mention it. Something about, well, anyway, the point is that I had this conversation with a student that was like, oh, I need to read it. She's like, yeah, it's really good. And I was like, you've read Scooby-Doo Apocalypse? What?
That's awesome, dude.
I'm like, that's really random. No, we don't have comic tattoos. I just have a Final Fantasy 10 tattoo.
I've been waiting 40 years to get a tattoo, and I can't make up my mind, honestly. I think I just need to get drunk one night with Johnny.
To the brand of the sacrifice. It's geometric and pointy.
I'm going to come back with my Bluetooth tattoo after a drinking back. You're going to be like, that's a stupid tattoo.
It's the Bluetooth symbol and not the brand of the sacrifice.
Shut up.
Jewish dragons like to re-experience what a lightning bolt the Watchmen was coming out in 1986.
Animal Man is a good one too.
That'd be worth returning to. Maybe Animal Man by Grant Morrison as well for me.
This, I actually wrote this down about 5 years ago. People asked me what books I would love to erase from my memory to reread for the first time, and I actually have a list. I just can't remember what it is, other than Berserk and Starman.
Wait, they don't ask about comics. However, somebody knew Alf. Because we watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I challenged them a contest. Write down every instance of a circle and the props and set design as such for the mise en scène of the movie. And before it leads up to the reveal of the bagel. And the winner, he wrote down, he went over the top ridiculous. He wrote like door handles down for circles. He had over 70, and he chose an Alf keychain as his choice. He's like, I love Alf. And I'm like, this kid's a senior. So, oh yeah, you need anything from Lowe's? Actually, I do, Brent. A hanger for my bird feeder that's got a camera. What's a smart my smart bird feeder? I need a hook. If you can hook me up, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, Brent, for that.
Any word on? Oh, you looked this up last night, didn't you?
I did. That one is doing okay. The companion is not, but the Age of Apocalypse is doing okay. And I know I say that a lot, but seriously, guys, there's a lot of books doing okay that I'm like, oh, it's going to come down to like 1 or 2 votes. Get a tattoo of your face. Just like the actual omnibus on my chest. Uncanny X-Men. I have Chris Claremont sign it. It's going to be the weirdest. Well, that's probably not the weirdest thing he's ever signed, I'm sure.
Let's see. Frank Miller's Daredevil is one I'd like to experience for the first time again.
It's a good one.
So you erase the list from your memory instead of the comics.
Just erase my list. Yeah, that's what I did.
Wait. Which Darkwing Duck character would you cosplay as?
Negaduck. The guy's awesome. He's got all the good things that Darkwing Duck has, but he's better and faster.
Is my mom still watching? I think this is an awakening things in me.
Please don't say that ever again. Or should do a live read of his new Alf comics
with you.
We tried to do a live read of was it Ultimate Spider-Man, I think?
Yeah. It just didn't quite work.
I didn't have my readers. We have to share readers, and I'm like,
it was just difficult to film, and it was like 20 minutes of us reading out loud and doing voices, and it was just kind of like it didn't turn out very well. You're not going to get a new Warriors omnibus. Oh, what? A tattoo?
A tattoo of it? No, it's not my favorite.
Oh, let's see. JG Tiffany would pick Hickman's Fantastic Four, Jeff John's Teen Titans, DC's 52, Mark Waid's Fantastic Four would be my 4 reread books.
I like your DC 52 answer. I love that book.
Is X-Men Legacy series any good? Does it add any comprehensive reading with any of the runs going on? I think they work like milestone books, but like Aftermath in between the milestone series.
They're excellent. You're talking about the Legacy. Are you talking about Mike Carey's X-Men Legacy? Because that's an excellent, very underrated series. Or the Legacies, like one shots, like X-Men Legacy, Colossus, X-Men Legacy, Jean Grey.
Omar agrees.
Gadget. Gadget, yes. We'll save that for the AMA. You dress up as Gadget, you're gonna woo boy. Okay, I better calm down.
Blanchard is asking for you to redo that list. It would be really helpful.
Okay, that would be fun. I like that. Do you reckon Marvel will try to fit each era of Krakoa into Omnis perfectly, so you could collect only Dawn and then get Reign specific Omnis like Dugan or Ewing? I think so the era of Krakoa, so what is it called? Age of Krakoa, Dawn of Krakoa, Dawn of X, is that what it's called? That will be, that lead ups to X of Swords, and then we'll get Reign of X, and then we'll get Trials of X. I don't think it's definitely going to double dip if they make it that far. I hope they do for people's sake that want these books. It will definitely double dip with the Ewing and then Dugan books, though.
I haven't heard of any of these.
Yeah, Slain is excellent. Always fun to revisit Bellardinelli art, heavier inks on the McMahon matches it better by Sky Chariots. These are a lot of UK books.
Wait, Bar, Josh did beat you to it. He asked, how is Omar Melanie doing in the reprint poll?
I'm an evergreen. I'm an evergreen. That's what I am. Gadget was legit a cutie. So is Roxanne from a Goofy movie. I've never seen it. Dang, Disney had some baddies. We did
read Ultimate Spider-Man together for a few months.
Yeah.
Any tips on logistics? No. Oh, wait. Berserk. We read Berserk volume
42 together.
Yeah. No, we
did. Oh no, we read Why the Last Man.
Oh,
yeah. It was a long time ago.
Page together. Yeah. Oh, the last.
They were both crying.
But for the reading Berserk, it was just being patient. Like, who reads faster? I don't remember. Was I always waiting on you, or
no? I was waiting on you. Omar, any particular books or runs you prefer as absolutes over Omnis? I usually prefer Omnis, but I can't. But I find my reading Capullo and Batman, or Capullo's Batman with Snyder in absolutes to be a better reading experience. For me, it's got to be something that, like Preacher. If it means something special to me that I really enjoy, I gotta have it in the best format. And to me, like, the best format is that's in the intro, isn't it? When I say it's the absolute best format.
Oh yeah.
I sound like a broken record then. So All-Star Superman, Preacher, Day Tripper, and pretty much the things that are behind me. Why the Last Man, Sandman, Fourth World by Kirby, I think is better in absolute format than the Omni. And the Omni is huge. It's beautiful. But I just like that reading it better in absolute format.
Here's a picture of us reading Berserk together with our readers on.
Yeah, by now we have both of them. Is Cosmic Ghost Rider doing good on the reprint poll? What would go in a volume 2 for that? Need more Ghost Rider. There's only like just a couple more series. Omar, watch a Goofy movie. So I don't know how much more you could put in, so let's see. Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's not doing good at all, man. I'm sorry. I don't even want to give you false hope. It's not doing well. It's got 8 people that voted for it first choice, though. I mean, it's doing better than the complete Kirby War and Romance. 4,400 people have voted. Over 4,400 people. Yeah. Favorite comics anthologies. Every single. Okay, that's cheating. How about the horror? Now, every time I say that, I think of Frank from Always Sunny. Horror EC Comics line. Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear, and Tales from the Crypt. Best. Absolute top tier. Nothing comes close. What about you, baby?
I'm going to pick Calvin Hobbes.
Okay, sure. That's good. I was thinking you'd go with the Rumik Theater, like the Rumiko Takahashi's anthologies.
No, I never read it.
Oh my gosh. How have they not reprinted those? Those are excellent.
Count as an anthology? No, it's not an anthology.
It's a comic
What's
strip.
the definition of an anthology?
Like a collection of just different sorts.
Different. Well, I mean, okay, Calvin Hobbes.
You know what? If that's your definition, that's your definition. That's fine.
How much cheese is too much cheese? Any amount of cheese is too much.
Before a date. Just got home. I'm late. Charles Soule's 2015 Daredevil.
Where are you?
Collected
there we go. Hey.
It is collected. Yes. It is the #1 most wanted right now, as of this video, as of today, the #1 most. And how are you, Dana? Most wanted omnibus reprint. Reading an East to West compendium is phenomenal. I'm so glad you're liking it. I love it too, man.
You reference Frank as the trash man in your presentation at work? That's awesome. Jinx.
Trash man. I just rewatched that with my daughter. Larry's Library and Omar using bots to get Silver Age. Larry's Library, I'm on to him. I think Larry's got just about everything he wants, though. I wish Dark Horse would print the final hardcover that are missing from Vault and Haunt. I know they went with trade paperbacks, which still gives people a chance to get them, but there's some. I think I'm missing some of the Crime Patrol. No, I got Crime Patrol. It's the weird fantasy and weird science that I'm missing in hardcover.
What are your favorite Jack Kirby covers?
Actually, I love Avengers 4. I think that's one of the most perfect covers to, like, who Kirby was, what he did. He was doing, different things than anybody else was. Like, it was very in your face, and it's a very iconic Captain America cover. I think I'd pick an X-Men one. And there's nothing wrong with the X-Men covers, but Avengers 4 is one of my favorites. Some of the ones from his war comics are solid too. I can't, with DC, it's really hard because all his Superman faces were redrawn on the covers because they did not like the way he drew Superman's face. So imagine that, like being Jack the King Kirby and having somebody else redraw your Superman face because DC had a standard. Yeah, Amazing Fantasy 15 is a solid. Road Trooper 1, I just started rereading those. They're coming out with wonderful collections of those.
They got Chicken and Philly?
They got Chicken Philly. What do now? He had some amazing lines in that episode.
Is there a book in the poll that's breaking your heart because it's doing so poorly, even if you don't want or need it yourself?
Surprisingly, Deadpool. There's no Deadpool hardly that anybody wants, except for another batch of Cable and Deadpool. It's really weird. House styles really suck. Yeah, I know. Breaking his heart. Demon actually had some really great covers. Devil Dinosaurs are solid too. I like a lot of his monster stuff too that he was doing.
I think Devil Dinosaur is the answer for what's breaking your heart that's not doing well.
Devil Dinosaur still doing better than some of the Deadpool stuff.
Why doesn't Image finish the IDW Transformers Phase 3 series at OHC? Moon finished the Buffy Library editions when they got the title from Dark Horse.
I think because they want to focus on their own thing. And that's the answer I was told when I talked to Kirkman and Sean, the editor. They want to focus on their own thing, which I understand, right? You bought the brand. You have all this talent working on it. You want to focus on that. But you saw how successful that Transformers Marvel era box set was, right? There's no way they don't do an IDW era or something very similar to that. I don't think we'll get the Lux hardcovers, unfortunately.
Has Marvel ever released a first issue sampler collection in trade paperback format? Not Marvel now, Omni, Vertigo, Dark Horse, Image. It's AWA.
AWA is another publishing company.
And other companies have to indoctrinate new readers over the years. I was just wondering what it stood for.
I think in the 80s they did some of that stuff. I don't think it's been a long time since they've done it. And thought, you're talking about just #1s. Yeah, they did it in Omni format of all the.
Didn't you say
Iron Man's doing the only one that's doing pretty good is the Michelini one.
I'm glad I already own Devil Dinosaur and single issues in the Omni. If they reprint that Omni, they better make sure they fix the opening page
colors. Yeah.
Any whispers about Legion? Assuming compendium would be the go-to format for that.
I will say this: when I talked to DC this Thursday, when I met with my new contact, and she seems really lovely, by the way. I really like talking to her. They have every bit of 2026 planned out.
Wow.
So whatever we saw in the catalog so far, she said, it's just the beginning. She hinted at some things I can't say, right? But I was like, oh, that's really cool. So awesome. Yeah, 2026 is all planned out. I mean, Marvel does the same thing too, but then of course they leave room to move things around. Remember, folks, just because your reprint choices don't make the top 20 doesn't mean it won't be reprinted. Looking at Invincible Iron Man volumes 1 and 2 as I type this. And Captain America. Not Captain America, I'm sorry. Avengers. And Captain America. You're right. You're right, Camilo. Absolutely. I wish. I wish, Toll.
Back to saying we need a Green Lantern by Grant Morrison Omni.
It would be a really thin one, but I'm all over that, man.
What?
She's a very lovely lady, and she was really sweet, and just they're changing. It's the changing of the guard, right? Like it seems like they're more focused, and they're really proud of their catalog and solicits that they have. So yeah, so it's great.
Is it true that Absolute Batman Dark Victory will be
yes
this year?
It is true. Absolutely.
Did you see Grant Morrison said their next DC projects for Batman?
I heard. Yeah. Very excited. Surprised Batman, because they've been there already. Not the only thing Morrison's working on, by the way.
How's Anna Cinti's Daredevil Volume 2 doing the reprint?
Non-existent.
Most of my reprint votes went to X titles.
A lot of people
did. Inferno for something?
For sure.
For sure. Oh, but Wolverine 1 is long overdue.
It's crazy that it's long overdue because there was 10 years in between the original printing and the second printing. Steve Englehart's 9-issue run on Batman needs to be in deluxe. Why has this not been done? For the same reason I can't get my Man of Steel Omni. Yay, new contact at DC. Do you know why they're leaving Legends of the Dark Knight stuff out of DC Finest so far? We talked for like 45 minutes. We didn't go through the whole thing, but I learned a lot, about why things were in the hush hush, and now they're in the new regime. And by the way, she was very she actually knows David, and she's
her name Gabriella.
And she said the same thing David did. We love when our competition is doing well because it gets us to be creative, and competition is good. We don't like when their sales are down, and David said the exact same thing. Competition is good. They get us they make you more creative when it comes to these collected editions.
Do you guys only do reviews of comics and manga? Well, Omar collected and Amanda talk about movies and TV shows on Wednesday nights
at 8 p.m. Yeah. What do you want to see, Nicholas? You want me to review something else? Cars? I can review Cars. Can they send me Cars? That would be cool.
Oh, like actual cars, not the movie cars?
Not the movie
Any reason why DC doesn't print more Swamp Thing run in omnibus format?
Here's the question. Would you like to see that printed in the original colors by Tatiana Wood, or would you like to see the new colors if it ever comes out in omni format? That was
got a request.
That was something we talked about. They are not going to give up on the Silver Age or Golden Age run, so those are still coming out. So worry not.
A new Batman versus Judge Dredd would be cool to see.
Yes.
New colors.
The new colors, interesting. Most people love what's it called? The original colors more.
Been missing every Wheels Talk for the past few weeks.
What have you been doing, Genre Me? What have you been doing?
Aw.
I'm just kidding. Good for you for being busy though.
Let's see, Nicholas. I asked because
an author just released my first book. It's a horror dark fantasy. Oh, like a novel. Oh gosh, I unfortunately we don't like novel. I mean, you read novels, but
but I don't.
We don't really review them though. But congratulations, dude.
Yeah. Let's see. So we need Bronze Age Batman with original colors. I always liked the original colors more.
Yeah, I think a lot of us did, right? Omar did. The fact that year 2 made DC's Finest of course it did. Of course it did, dude. Yes, I'm so excited. Like, we're getting Red Skies. That stuff's never been collected. We're truly living in the most wonderful age of collected editions. And I hope y'all remember that. It may not be, not everything may be for you. You might think, some things are just awful and dumb. Why are they collecting this instead of this? But at the end of the day, there's just so much variety out there from every freaking publisher. That's good to hear. They both love competition because DC is doing better than Marvel with weekly floppy stories. I could barely get through X-Men.
Which X-Men? Which title?
One? And I got a bone to pick with my buddy Peter. I was hoping he'd join me on Wednesday, but he's too busy. because he hates Uncanny, and I'm like,
that's my favorite.
Uncanny.
Oh, sorry,
you like
no.
Adjectiveless.
Yeah.
I need to know what it is that he hates about it, because I have read every single X-Men comic ever.
Yes, ever.
Mm-hmm. That has okay. That's not been collected by now, though. Like none of the new stuff, outside of the ones that I've read from the Ashes and trade paperback format. And I want to know why he thinks it's one of the worst runs. Like legit.
Remy is saying that
he's okay.
They shake their heads on the bus.
Disagree about with your unpopular opinions.
Uncanny X-Men.
I haven't gotten to the crossover yet.
Okay. Oh, I think that's what I read, and I was like, I don't think I want to pick up that title. I read the crossover.
Is it the Gray Malkin story? Yeah. I know it's leading up to it.
The Raid on
Gray Malkin.
What do you think of John Byrne's Man of Steel run? Folks on Reddit say after the first arc, it gets pretty boring and it's not that great overall.
Really? It's one of my favorites. I love it. It's so good. Redefine the character. Yeah. I'm all for that.
What's Mexican X-Men?
Mexican X-Men. What's Mexican? Shouldn't it just be Meximan? Meximan? That's a lost.
I really like what DC
missed opportunity.
It's fine. It's just got my copy of Batgirl. No One Dies Tonight, and such a good collection.
It's great. Hey. A lot of the things they're doing, haven't been collected in any format, so it's a good thing they're doing it. My first book in the first series is of a possible 3-book series, but definitely a 2-book series. What is it called, Nicholas? Tell us in the chat. There's plenty of book readers in the chat. What's your book called?
When the Omni reprint poll closes, will you post a list of all the books ranked? I wish there was some sort of website that MC viewers could offer such great things than other select content.
I post the
Patreon.
I post the entire list on Patreon. I'm doing the top 20 and sending that to Marvel this year, but the entire list, so you can see where your book ranked, is always on Patreon.
Mm-hmm. So check out the tiers and see if any of them meet your geeky needs.
I think many had issues with Gail's voice for Rogue. I like Uncanny and Jed's adjectiveless. I can see that. And there was one thing that I could see what people were upset about. But other words, I was like, really?
Eric, Omar met the voice actor of Rogue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We were at Starbucks. And I was like, this is going to be a weird question, but are you happen to be the voice actress of Rogue? And she was like, dude, she sounded just like, oh, wait, that's me and Joelle Jones almost.
Wait, what? I didn't know that part. You just asked her flat out, are you the voice actor for Rogue?
Because I told Amanda, and once again, she felt me. I'm like, is that the voice actress for Rogue? And she's like, she looks like. But this is me and her.
Why would Amanda know? That is adorable.
Yeah, she was wonderful.
But she didn't say sugar, right?
She did when she asked for her coffee. I wanted some sugar. And
no, did.
Yeah, she was super sweet.
Oh, let's see. I heard on Reddit that Hitman Volume 2 is missing the
1 million one shot. Can this be added? I think it's not too late to ask for that to be added. I don't think it's in production yet. No, it's not, because we just found out about it. And keep in mind that it's early in the catalog. That stuff, they always make mistakes early. I was reading Gail Simone's Uncanny 6, but post Krakoa is just bad. See, that's what Peter said too. But to me, it feels like it's going back to the base. I'll save this for Wednesday, by the way, at 8 p.m. It's going back to the basics of the things that we like about X-Men. And I can see why people that love Krakoa absolutely don't like this era. Like, how is Jim Aparo, Neil Adams, and others works on Batman not in Omni format without the artwork being barfed on with new colors? Well, keep in mind, Neil Adams, that was his choice to do new colors and new inks. Makes me so mad. I might have to settle for DC Finest. Well, I think the new printing of the Neil Adams Batman will definitely have the original colors.
The new X-Men Epic Mutant Genesis coming out this week is killing me because it wraps up some Claremont storylines. Should I wait till it's all in an Omni? I have a feeling I'm going to triple dip.
Triple dip. I love that you're skipping double. It's in the X-Men by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont Volume 2. Yeah. And it does wrap up some storylines. But it's, but then it continues into a little bit of Bishop's Crossing. I love the mapping of that, but keep in mind, that's what's coming out in X-Men Red and Blue. It's that little bit of that era.
Josh is saying, I really enjoy this community, but hate how I can only enjoy it on Saturday. Oh. Is there a site or a place I can talk to NFC fans 24/7? Maybe join some book clubs or clubs such as books or movies. And that is our Discord. If you would like to talk about comics and other things and a positive space, then check out the $5 tier for access to the Discord. What I love about X-Men is when it moves forward and does things differently.
Yes, we all do. But there comes a time when, I don't know about you, but a lot of us X-Men fans are like, sigh, I really miss when the X-Men were living at the mansion and playing baseball. And it happens all the time. I love the Outback era is my favorite era. Not a lot of people claim that. But there came a time when I was like, the X-Men are scattered. Psylocke is an Asian assassin now. Storm is a bald kid. Like, I miss the X-Men. And then less than a year later, we got the relaunch of X-Men #1. Like, it happens in every era. You get used to an era. And I think what ends up happening is probably what makes this decision. The sales start dipping, right? Like, the X-Men have been scattered about. Sales are going down. Let's break them back to the mansion and relaunch the series. And that's what it feels like every time. And a lot of it is because of us fans, right? We can't move on. Krakoa was amazing, but look at the sales later on. It dipped because while we love it and a lot of people stayed with it, a lot of fans lost interest in Krakoa after the first couple of years. Some say it could be because of Hickman. I don't think it's that at all. I think it's just because of the nature of being an X fan. I love this new thing. I love what they're doing. But I miss the old days when they were throwing.
I like how you've made the same point 5 times over about how
I am my father's child.
No, it's just funny that it fits the theme of what you're saying, like
repetitiveness.
Yes. I saw an ad that absolute. What is this?
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, it's being reprinted. Do you know if that's legit?
I know they're working on restoring the artwork. I don't know if it's the absolute version or if there's going to be a deluxe edition.
Let's see. Meeting Rogue at Starbucks. That's awesome. When I was at C2E2 on Sunday, I went over to the X-Men 97 table to meet her, but I kept missing her. Oh,
she's a sweetheart, man. Not everyone views comics through the lens of nostalgia. True. But at the end of the day, it's what sells, right? And sells, or nostalgia goes back to sells again, which is just crazy.
Should I buy Morrison Soup's run found it for $50, but I see people hating on it? Is it worth it?
The Absolute Superman? Oh, Superman. The new 52. I wasn't a fan, but if you like Morrison and you like Superman, absolutely do it.
Ordinary received Age of Apocalypse companion Omnibus from IST last week and noticed it on the reprint poll. Did I just get super lucky?
No, just because it's out of print does not mean that some people still have copies of it.
Let's see. The Absolute Crisis on Infinite Earth is indeed legit. It's getting remastered, plus some new materials will be included as well.
Where'd you hear that? Just out of curiosity, because it's not in the catalog. I know they're working, because I know one of the people that are working on remastering it. That's the only reason I know. But I don't know if it's going to be an absolute. I assume it will be. Like, why waste the remaster on just the deluxe edition?
Hi, mate. I only just joined. I wanted to ask you.
Hey, how are you, dude?
It's getting an omnibus. I'm trying to stop myself buying all the No Man Land ones.
That's Ryan. Ryan lost his mom a few months ago. He's a good dude. It's not in the catalog, but I wouldn't say it's not going to.
Hey, King of New York.
Go back up. This is a really important. Sales dip because they hired a bunch of mediocre hacks. Only Gillen and Ewing stuff was good at the end. The same could be said about the relaunch of X-Men #1, right? Jim Lee left when Chris Claremont got fired. We got Lobdell and Nicieza, right? And there were some dumb stories after that. And I like Nicieza's stuff, but not everybody did. But the exact same thing about mediocre hacks were the same thing we were saying back then in the 90s. Those were mediocre hacks, and that's why sales dipped in the 90s. And it wasn't really true, right? It was just because we had the big comic implosion that happened. I don't think, I don't know. I think it's really hard to move on for a lot of fans, unfortunately. Oftentimes, I get torn between waiting on X-Men stories and wanting more individual character or splinter group stories. The nature of X-Men love, I guess. Yeah, it's true. I'm the same way, which is why I think I love Wolverine, but I think you could tell Wolverine stories within the pages of Uncanny. Omar, Superman, Secret Origin, or Birthright. That's a hard one. Gary Frank's Superman is solid. in the introduction or reintroduction of the idea that Superman was part of the Legion is good too. I gotta go with Birthright though. All this fine X-Men talk makes me think the Wolverine video game can't come out soon enough. I thought you were talking about the classic stuff, man. The classic Wolverine. Who was it? LJN, right? That did that one for the Jim Lee cover on it. Fans can be the worst. I know I'm part of that sometimes. Well, and that's the thing with being a fan too. We think we know what we want, but do we really? I don't know. Like people had problems with was it Star Wars: The Force Awakens because it's a rehash of the A New Hope, and then people had problems with this the Last Jedi. It's The Last Jedi, is that what it's called? The second one in the new trilogy, because they did so many different things that were not Star Wars, right? Yeah.
Well, it's 12:59.
Wow,
so
is it really?
5 more questions. Hey, Omar, for me, the 2000s is my favorite era of comics. I was wondering, what are some of your favorite runs from that era?
Preacher. It's the late 90s. Transmetropolitan. And New X-Men and Astonishing X-Men. JLA. JLA had some killer storylines at that time. It's a good era to get into comics, too. Gotta go. Have a nice stream. Or thank you. You too, man. Will Titan do an Epic collection? They are focusing on Omnis right now. I'm sure they'll do some kind of trade paperback collection sometimes, though.
Mm-hmm. How are the Claremont Lee Omnis doing in the reprint poll?
I think Volume 1 was doing, or was it Volume 2? Volume 1 is doing really well. That might actually make it. Volume 2, not so much. But Volume 1 is doing well. Leaning into fanfic type of stories too much is also a recipe for disaster. Yeah. Last Jedi was a great movie. Star Wars fans have no taste. Because we always think we know what we want, right? And then when they give us something different, it's like, no, go back to the basics. With the DC Finest version coming out, I don't know if I'd buy an Absolute Crisis on Infinite Earths. The extras would have to be amazing. If they redo it, there is do a lot of art restoration. That would be cool. Will we see an omnibus past the John Byrne era of Alpha Flight? We are. We're getting the Bill Mantlo and Mignola and Jim Lee era.
Arjun, we probably are going to watch the rehearsal. We were just talking about that. Are you talking about Harvey Picker's Ghost recommending it?
Yes.
So both of you guys recommend it. Let's see. How many more? Was that 4?
Let's
one more question.
Couple more questions.
Couple more. This doesn't count. Do you see Image and Dark Horse doing? Oh wait, it does count. Doing their own epics.
They kind of do already, right? Don't they have their own compendiums? Really? Eric Garza with a hot take. Last Jedi is the greatest Star Wars movie ever. Everybody go at him. Look, he's asked. He said, "Come at, don't at me. Don't go at. Don't go at him." I agree. The Last Jedi is one of the greatest of all time. Omar, do you like event omnis or individual runs containing the event? Also, why is mapping never reevaluated later in reprints? Because it's easy to do a reprint, right? Think about doing your job, and if your job is just to send files to a printer and you don't like comics, right? I can't imagine that, but I'm sure it happens. Then it's just like sending files to the printer, right? But think about like your boss saying, you know what? We need to actually move things around. How about we do it this way, and this way? And then you go, oh, it's Friday and I want to go drinking with my buddies. Probably something like that happening.
No, to clarify, because I thought the question was more of just making a statement, but then I was like, oh no. It
was a question. Yeah, I can think they kind of do in a way.
Yeah, so that's, I wasn't. And Don Production, we'll end with this. Thank you for the
always love the
chat.
Content. There's no such thing as a dumb question. I have a 7-year-old reading a 3rd grade level. Good. Recommendations for X-Men Omni or trade paperback. Look, if you have a 7-year-old that's already reading at a 3rd grade level, get that stuff from the Bronze Age. Your 7-year-old will be learning so many new words and using a better vocabulary than a lot of kids in the 3rd grade. I guarantee it. My daughters have a high vocabulary, and I really think a lot of it had to do. Well, I mean, both of us reading them stuff, but also
I ate beans when I was pregnant as well.
Okay, that was it. Yeah, sure. There's science behind that.
Yeah, there is. My mama did it, and I did it.
Okay, Kentucky science. But I think a lot of it has to do with them reading Silver Age comics at such a young age. There's some words there that I still have to look up to this day. So I would go with Bronze Age Uncanny X-Men. Big words, long narrative, and your kids will thank you for it later when they're in advanced English class. Yeah, seriously. We don't give kids enough credit for being smarter than they actually are. So yeah, do that. Get them I'm trying to think. Did they release? No, they've done a re-release of the Master. Get the Epic Collection. Sorry. Long answer, but I just love when people ask about.
Well,
Bronze equals Claremont.
And
yes, absolutely it is. It's the 1975 era to 1991. Yeah, long run.
Super chat.
All right, everybody. I'll be back home live on Monday at 6 p.m. with Blank Ink Studios, talking about the whole Diamond bankruptcy and what small publishers are doing to try to stay afloat. And I will be back live on Wednesday with my buddies from the Comic Pals, Omnidog, Lars, Dom of X. Who else? Oh, and Gio. I'm going to invite Gio from Manga Geekdom. But until then, everybody have a wonderful day. Don't forget to tell your friends to vote for the reprint poll, that is. Have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate. If you don't, have a wonderful weekend anyway. Bye, everybody.